Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Sean, disgruntled veteran, back and pleased to bring you another fun game. This one is kind of like one of Strider's wild rides. Um, Crazy ending, a lot of fun, sort of, depending on who you are and when things happen. But this game is against the board is set. Um, he often advertises games preloaded with tokens, so there's no bidding. I actually enjoy that. I enjoy playing free player more, and I never turn down a game free player with 2 tokens, always. So this is it. If you look, really good rolls for both sides. One eye in. I got 2 Wills of the West. Not gonna crown Strider because not efficient. But let's get started. So I'm gonna pass it down. Shadow draws Pits and Mordor, nice card. Gets armies moving. Let's see. So my plan is just to move twice, maybe even 3 times, get Gandalf dead, go from there. So move, safe, armies moving. It's threatening Dol Amroth and moving up for probably a line attack. We'll see. I'm going to move again. Hit for a 1. So with the 50-50 shot of getting hit, I'm just going to eat this 1. And I don't like getting revealed into Mordor. Some people, tough call whether or not you would move here. And for some reason I missed on this 3rd dice, I'm going to go ahead and ring move for a 4th move and almost certainly get hit and get through Moria. But move again, or no, excuse me, I hide. Let's see. No, I take a hit, sorry. Shadow Forces moving out. Move again. Hit again for a 1R. That's pretty rough. I don't want to just... Yeah, 1 damage, and this is always the gambit. Do you risk with the hunt pool eating one of these 1s, 0s, or I's, or do you risk killing Gandalf and then eating a 3 right afterwards? So I'm going to kill Gandalf. I've been burned too many times. And so I move in, reveal, and it's a 0, so it's a good call. Gandalf for 1 damage is brutal, but it is what it is. Okay, so he puts Isengard to war, and if you look, he has no ability to play a character card, so I'm going to go ahead and hide now. If he did have a character card, I would go ahead and use one of my tokens to delay the movement and then move out or hide. That way I don't get double revealed at the same turn. Okay, so he puts Saruman in. Typical turn 1. I get Wisdom of Elrond and an Ant card. That's cool. And what did Shadow draw? Did I see it? Worm Tongue and Orcs multiplying again. Okay, cool. Puts 2 eyes trying to catch me. And I get a pretty lame roll. So I'm going to go ahead and move right off the bat. Get a safe. Very glad to see that. Army's moving. So right here, if you look at mine, I have Wisdom of Elrond to muster, and I can get either the North or the Elves to war. So I'm going to slow play this. I've got that plant here. I think I'm going to draw a strategy card. Yeah, draw a strategy card. Since I know I'm probably going to use Wisdom of Elrond this round. Sauron to war. I pass. And here I use my token. I pick the Elves. So we're going to bring them to war. And a couple more movement. I'm going to leave the North alone here. I'm going to muster the Elves down. The board is set. It's probably wondering what I'm doing. Maybe just ensuring that I get an elite either in Woodland Realm or Lorien, but what I am doing is putting the Elves to war. So the bad thing that obviously gives this 9/1/2 army the Witch King right off the bat, and there's always a chance that I don't roll a muster, and I'm not likely to burn a ring just to put an elite in, so it's kind of a risk. Get 2 uneventful cards, Challenge of the King and Path of the Woses. And Shadow gets Breaking of the Fellowship and Return of the King. Okay, cool. It's a Scouts, or a Swarm of Bats, excuse me. Probably kills Foul Stench. It loads up again. I declare out of Moria, and okay, cool. That's not bad. Some of my options. Okay, well, I get Gandalf. That's good. Doesn't look like I'm going to move this turn. I go ahead and put an Elven Elite in. Woodland Realm comes under attack. I go ahead and muster an Elite in. Oh, I pass. I think here's why. I would normally muster right away in Lorien, but if he attacks me with those three regulars, I'll probably just field fight and wear him out. So he gets the Witch King. And right now I've got some options. I don't want to start mustering elves full speed because if I do, a lot of times what you'll see is Lorien gets really built up. And for Shadow, you can have, I mean, you have to worry about free player military victories, but often I just ignore it once it gets that strong, especially in Loam. But so what is he doing? He plays Orcs Multiplying again. With this, I had thought about mustering Gondor to war to go ahead and maybe get an elite in Dol Amroth before they get put to war. So he has Corsairs. This would be a great time. I'm going to bet that he doesn't have Corsairs, and so I'm just going to play my luck. I'm going to get Gandalf. He plays Pits of Mordor already. Interesting. Oh, yeah, that's right. He doesn't because he has two regulars left, so that is it's a no-go. In an emergency, sure, but not right now. So he just musters an elite in Mount Gundabad. And this was baffling me at first because I was like, what is he doing? Surely he's not going to, excuse me, muster up Mount Gundabad and be that far away from Rivendell. Unless, I don't know, we'll see. See what he does. I tell him you have to attack first and wear out some regulars. I don't know. So I go ahead and use a hybrid because I don't know when I'll get one. I secure the regular in Iron Hills and in Westamnet. And he doesn't attack with them. Okay, he's trying to get more than one under siege. No, that doesn't make sense. That baffles me right there. Does not attack Woodland Realm, instead moves out. I don't know. So I go ahead and put an elite in Lorient. I was very hesitant to do that, but I don't know. We'll see. And then he plays Return of the Witch King. And okay, so the Gundabad muster makes sense. I'm just not, it's not how I would play. I think since the elves are already at war, I would have finished off Woodland Realm because the big reason is I get a chance to draw Thranduil's archers and I can put another elite in there and maybe slow them down. But okay, so I draw, what do I get? Swords in Rhydor, Eagles are coming. Okay. I'm going to kill both sudden strikes because I don't like them in this situation. Okay. He gets Shelob's Lair and Monster's Rouse. Ooh, Monster's Rouse would be perfect timing, isn't it? Okay, cool. A billion attacks and a billion moves. Cool. I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and move because his next move is going to be to Dimral Dale. That'll get an extra reroll on me. So I get out. Safe. Cool. He's moving out to Rivendell. I'm going to go ahead and move again because, excuse me, I've got two more turns to muster. Yeah, because he's not going to attack. So I've got two more turns to muster. I'm going to go ahead and move again. This time I'm hit, a two reveal. And I think I just eat it. Yep. Yep. Dangerous because I'm at three. Yeah, I think that was the right call. So he moves up. I go ahead and muster a regular in Lorien and Rivendell. Kind of hedge my bets to do both of them. He's moving in, and I'm going to go ahead and put another elite in Rivendell. So I have put all but one Elven elite in the field. We are fully mustered, and I like that. That way, if I draw either Kindred of Glorfindel or Thranduil's Archers, I can put them right back in play. He puts Rivendell under siege. I'm going to pass it down. He puts Lorien under siege. He is going to play a ring card, and I'm just going to hide. What does he do? He's moving Nazgul around. Okay. Okay, cool. Trying to slow me down. So he's got it set. If he draws Corsairs, he's got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and then probably 9 and 10. Lorien's going to be a tough nut to crack. I would be highly disappointed if he could do it with just a 9-1. So he's probably going to have to reinforce that. Maybe use that Pits of Mordor card or something. And here, saying that corruption is good, I'm sure I get rid of Horn of Gondor and the Ent card, I think. And Shadow gets Cruel Weather and Shadow's Gather. Okay. And yeah, I discarded the Ent and Horn of Gondor because I do not need corruption prevention. I'm doing pretty good. Allocates one eye, rolls a couple more. Okay, cool. I get, what am I trying to do? So it's turn 5. I need to make sure I get into Mordor by turn 6. So those two, I'm going to move right away. I want to see if I'm going to get revealed and how many musters I need to hide, because no matter what, which should be just one. But I am moving twice for sure. And he hits me with a 1R. I eat it and reveal. What does he do? Attacks Rivendell. And let's see what we got. Daylight against Desperate Battle. He gets 2 hits. Unfortunately, I get 2 back. And he stops. So he's conserving his strength. That's probably smart. He's on the clock. I'll probably hit Mordor next turn, so Rivendell needs to fall. But if he presses too hard, yeah, he's probably got it. I hide using 1 muster. He plays a new power is rising. I'm not liking it. I don't have a scouts. I'm in not good shape. I move again. Safe. Cool. He starts mustering up Isengard. Not good. He attacks forts. And let's see what happens here. He goes after it. He does no card. I play a shield wall because I want them to live. He misses completely, and I fire 2 6s back. So beautiful. He kills the 2 regulars, and he presses. And if you look, I had just killed my Ent card. I could have played it. Might have cost me Helm's Deep. I don't know. But Saruman would have been dead. That was a huge risk. He knows I don't have a character or a planter die, but I would happily burn another ring, or I haven't used any ring. I would burn a ring right now to kill Saruman, but alas, I don't. So what do you do with these last 2? I weigh it. I think that Lorien will hold. These 2 are gone, so that's 4 points. I don't want to give him 6 because I'm going to need next turn to get into Mordor, and then probably 2 more turns after that. So I've got to hold on. I cannot just give up Helm's Deep. I burn a ring to reinforce it. Move this little guy out. I don't know why. I guess for a military threat. Sometimes it helps to make them burn like a hybrid. I don't know. We'll see. He pulls back. Okay, so he just kind of tested the waters and he reinforced South Dunland. He's going to bring those around to push the attack into Helm's Deep. So I muster Gondor once. I really wanted to muster them twice this round, but I couldn't. Okay, so he attacks Rivendell. Heroic Death against Desperate Battle. He just rolls 4 hits. 5 hits, excuse me. Yep, so I get 2 back. Had I not played Heroic Death, he would have it, but he pushes and finishes that off. Good defense, but what can I do? I lost, so 2 points. I get Red Arrow, a First Scouts, and Athelas. Cool, love it. Dreadful Spells, Shadow Lengthens, and if I were him, I would kill Breaking. Let's see what he does. Yep. Okay, cool. I've got Athelas. I'm good on corruption, especially with that card. Let's see. Ow, 5 eyes. I get my movement. The good thing is he's slowed down. Tough call here. So what do I do? I'm going to go ahead and move just to see if maybe I'll be safe. I am not. 3 6s. Be a good time for an eye, but he draws a 3 and I random because I do have Athelas, but I don't want to go to 7 and hope I can heal it back. And the benefit of, like, if I hit a Hobbit, that's fine. I'm likely to get 2 on Athelas, but anyway, yeah. So I eat 2. He hits the Hobbit. I'd rather have him hit a Captain, but whatever. So he's got that. What do I do? He moves Nazgul around. That's so strange. No, he plays Cruel Weather here because I think he thought I was still one away or two away, and yeah, he plays Cruel Weather. So I am not moving again now because that's just going to invite corruption. There's nothing I can do. I could make it. I could make Mordor this turn. I'm going to move again, get hit, probably revealed, have to burn a die, and then use a ring to move, and then get hit. Maybe it'd be a corruption nightmare. So I am not. If that's wrong, so be it. So I play Swords in Eridor. I'm cycling cards. I know he's going for Woodland Realm, and I want to draw Thranduil's Archers. Cool, King Brandman. That's a good card. I like it. Shadow Lengthens. What is he do? He is reinforcing Fort Eisen. And he said, I don't care about what is he has fighting Uruk-hai, doesn't he? Nope, he does not. Interesting. Okay, cool. He's got Devil Reinforcing though. Okay, I get it. I get it. So I play King Brand's Men, still hoping to cycle cards. I get Immerhill. That's good. Helm's Deep under siege. I am going to. What am I trying to do? I'm going to use my last token. So the Cruel Weather Prevention's gone. What am I trying to draw? I draw a character card. What was I looking for? An Ent. Okay, yeah, I was looking for an Ent card so I could kill him. That's why, but I did not. I threw one away, and I'm not getting another one. He passes. I play Atlas. Boom, get 3. That's beautiful. He does Helm's Deep. So maybe I screwed up by not getting into Mordor. Hard to say. That's a tough call. Dreadful Spells, 3 hits. This is not going to last long. I get 3 back. He presses. Day Without Dawn. I'm happy to see it. 2, 3 hits right off the bat, and I get 2 hits back. Okay, that was rough. I go ahead and put a couple roadblocks in Rohan. I could have gotten Gondor to war, but I don't know. That's a tough call. Would you have gotten Gondor to war so that you could get a muster in Dol Amroth in case he draws Corsairs? The strategy deck is half gone. But if you do this, this is a great spot to slow them down. And if by chance you can whittle a couple away and then maybe get a scouts, and you can really be annoying right here. So let's see what happens. What goes there? Okay, so I get There Is Another Way, help unlooked for. This was a tough call. I remember I discard Bilbo's Song because I am at 10, so -7 corruption, 2 moves to go. I want to keep There Is Another Way because that's the movement. That's the hard one to get rid of. And we prove the Swifter because I want to, excuse me, reinforce one of these strongholds. In Bilbo's Song, you only get so many dice. I don't see this being a corruption game. So I'm going to get rid of that. He gets Ring Wraiths and Shadow is moving. Good cards. Okay. Starting it off, he rolls a billion Palantirs, and I get a bunch of movement. So I joke with him. Yeah, I guess I'm getting in. There's no doubt. I am making Mordor turn 7 for sure. I'm just glad he does not have Palantir or Think. So safe, he gets Ring Wraiths. What's he going to do? He attacks Woodland Realm. It's going to go down because I don't get reinforcement card. He gets a hit. I get 1. Pushing. Let's see. We got. He stopped. Okay. That's strange. I guess he's wanting to cycle cards. Draws King as revealed. And if you see the dilemma coming up, Gondor is 1 away from war. I want to muster them to war, but he is driving for Corsairs and he's got the musters to use it, right? So he plays Shelob's Lair. I move again. I'm hit. A 1 reveal to a 3. I'm going to random. Second Hobbit. Very annoying. So corruption could be an issue if he loads up a bunch of eyes. Let's take a look at the hump pool. Yeah, almost everything he hits a regular tile. Eyes are going to be heavy. Good thing I got rid of Bilbo's song. Um, so Woodland Realm again plays Deadly Strife. I have these cards, and I'm not going to get rid of this one. Charge is not going to get used, so there's no point in playing a card. He blows it up. I get 3 back, and he's at 4 points. And he freaking draws Corsairs of Umbar, and I am. Oh, it's. I mean, it is what it is. But um, let's see what happens. I go ahead and hide again because he has no character cards to play. He could draw one and use a ring or whatever. He's not going to do that. I see what he's doing. He's mustering them down, and I have to think: do I waste this muster die putting Gondor to war, knowing that he probably saved Corsairs for last, and he's trying to bait it out of me? I play We Prove the Swifter, but then I change my mind. I think this is going to be a speed game, not a corruption game, and with all the eyes going to be in, I don't want this much. Um, Maybe I random and then Strider's the first one hit, and then I get revealed every step of the way. That's costing me tons of character movement, so I'm going to thin out the herd a little bit. Instead, I decide to keep the card. I just put Boromir and Osgiliath, hoping for maybe House of Stewards to play and just to get him out of there. I am still -1 corruption. I feel good. I'm not worried about corruption. I'm worried about time. So I put Gondor to war and I tell him, let's hope. I'm like, I'm hoping he doesn't have it. He has Corsairs on bar. Okay. This got pretty grim. So he's at 4. That's easy 5. Probably an easy 6, 7. Is that right? Yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so maybe his 10th point won't be super easy. We'll see. What does he get? Isildur's Bane and Denethor's Folly. I get Wizard Staff and Eomer. Do not need Wizard Staff. Eomer could prove very useful. Good rolls without Donna's gone, and as much as I would love to move right off the bat. Let's see, does he only has 1 character card, and I'm going to risk it. I have to play Imrahil of Dol Amroth because if it falls, I don't think I'm going to have the time. It gives me 2 moves this turn. Maybe I can dunk next turn. He will be. Oh, I miscalculated. Anyways, he's got 6 already. That would be 7 and 8, and then he doesn't have to take Lorien. Yep, because Helm's Deep's gone. See, that was why I sacked Boromir, and that's why I'm kind of rushing right now. So I tell him what an easy win because it sucks. This is just one of those games that's really hard. I play Dol Amroth. That is going to help, but it will not hold. And it takes a miracle for that to hold. So he reinforces. No, he doesn't. He brings the mouth in because he wants to move the mouth with his character die to be efficient. And I think about it. This is my hunt pool. I mean, if I'm lucky, I can move once, at least one time without being revealed. And then, no, he's got the dice to win this hand. He moves Nazgul. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks with the ring. So that's 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And I have the option of reinforcing. So I'm looking at it. At this point, it's pretty dreary. Like, I think it's lost. But I actually do this just to kind of make the game interesting. Oh, I did move. Okay, I moved once. What did I get it? 2. Awesome. I random and it's Strider, so that even further makes it to where this game is lost because I won't be able to hide efficiently. I'd have to roll. I'd have to move again now, not get revealed, and basically just roll all character dice next turn. So he moves. He moves leadership around, and I put
A wizard is never late.
Gandalf in the battle
Nor is he early.
because
He arrives precisely when he means to.
I was waiting for that to end. This gives me a chance to hold it I don't know what I'm holding for. A ring miracle. I really needed to move a second time, so maybe I'll ring move again now. And then what? Muster maybe some Rohan up. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so he attacks Dol Amroth. I shine, of course. He plays Mumakil. I play Valor. As much as I'd love to play Valor and Rohan right now when he needs these free points, um, I need to hit hard. Hopefully he whiffs on Mumakil and I hit hard. So let's see what happens. He gets a hit. I get two back. Okay, not bad. I'd have liked better for that, but excuse me. He presses down. Probably smart because I would have played Curdon's already. He needs to get it going. Um, Relentless Assault, the card I did not want to see. He sacks two. He only gets two hits. Okay. And I get two back. Okay, cool. So that's two for one. He asked if he could draw from the first card. If it was tournament, I probably would have said no, but I was like, sure. I joke with him, it might have cost him the game. What does he get anyway? Let's see. Another Desperate Battle. There's a Great Host. What would you play if you were Shadow? Probably Desperate Battle, and then with a second attack, use Great Host. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. So he plays Desperate Battle, and I play Heroic Death. So like that. Not only is that one of my healing, it's one of my moves. I'm hoping I don't lose Gandalf, even if he survives. I mean, it's such a tough spot. Let's see what happens. He gets two hits, and I get two hits back. So what would you do? Would you kill a regular leader and have one regular, or would you kill Gandalf and have two regulars and a leader? It'll probably hold. It'd be kind of risky for shadow player to attack like that. I need a regular and a leader because if I'm going to have any chance at a ring, I need five dice, right? Maybe he gets a junk roll next time, and Boromir can come over here and take out Dol Amroth. Okay, cool. So what do? I muster a knight and a Lamadon. What cards does he have? He has no reinforcement card, and look at my hand. I mean, you can already see it, right? It's written in the cards. What's he gonna do? He draws another strategy card, and I attack like full on charge. We're gonna rescue him, and I am playing charge. Let's get it. Yeah, Dolanoth stands not alone. So what do? I do my I'm saying I want some luck, charging my way. What does he play? He plays Cruel as Death. Sure. Gives you slightly better odds of getting a hit. He could just kill me outright. But here comes charge, and boom, I roll a six. So I snipe him. We run over that regular, and then I roll a one for my combat roll. So really bummed. He whiffs, luckily, but even though Dol Amroth is safe and I bought myself another turn, I really wanted to kill the Witch King. That would have, I was kind of griping. I was like, it's too much to ask that I get two hits in a row. But either way, it accomplished it. I think that was the best possible use of my dice. So I spent a lot. I moved any potential to kill Saruman away. And what else? I could have moved twice, but I didn't. And I think we're good. Okay, so what does Shadow Player do? What does he do? No, he burns a ring wisely to move Witch King to Lorien. He's going to try to shake that one. Okay, so situation 6 points. Lorien's going to be a very tough nut to crack. I've bought myself a lot of time. Let's see what happens. He attacks Lorien, plays Deadly Strife. I have no cards except for a Scouts. And he gets two. And I fire back with five. Hard to argue. Um, cool. Lorien is not going to go down. So he draws half orcs, and he starts mustering an elite in. Did he? Yeah, he's got the mouth. Everything's good. So what do I draw? Smeagol helps Nice Master and Thuadan Knight. cool. And Foul Thing and Olakai. Hmm, okay, let's see. He allocates one. I roll three more, and I get a pretty good roll. I really want to get Celeborn's Galadriel or a Power Too Great, but I can't. I could risk drawing one. Probably not worth it. So what do you do here? I know I start mustering up Rohan. That way, it's not easy points. I have a scout. I could play Red Arrow, but I don't want to do that. You'll see. So I muster it, and all of a sudden, like, look at the board. Um, Shoot, he's kind of vulnerable. And I don't think he's getting 10 points this round. He's got one, two, three attacks as a given. He could have Black Captain. I think he's played Ring Wraiths. Yep. And he could have Grond. So, he could have five attacks. I don't see it. This is easy. Yeah, he can't realistically get to 10 this turn. I don't see. No, he can't. Um, so that's that. All right. So what does he do? He attacks Westamnet from Helm's Deep, and then it just clicks in my head. Oh shoot, he's open. He's vulnerable. I've got the movement through a day and night to Umbar, and but then I start realizing I don't have the tempo. He still has a muster left. If he didn't have that muster, this would no, it wouldn't be a good game because he could move a regular into Umbar. But I would still, even if he did that, I would probably muster an elite, move Boromir to Pelargir, and then put it under siege. Maybe that gives him a chance to retake Orthanc against. Anyways, let's just see what happens. He attacks. It is a scout. So he plays Great Host. So, yep, I go into Fords of Eisen. He kind of figures it out. He still wants to knock out Edoras because if I try to attack Helm's Deep to retake it with two regulars, he's going to break that siege. And if I take Orthanc, there's nothing he can do anyway. So he wants to finish off the rest of Rohan and not let that like mutate into some giant monster, which is very easy to do. I don't muster. I do take Orthanc, and I could have moved two regulars either here and threatened Dunbar, but okay, there's five strategy cards left, and he's played Hill Trolls, but he has not played the other two. And I suspect he has them, Ulukai and Half Orcs. So I'm like, okay, he can't play those in an empty stronghold. Um, so if I were him, I think I would, yeah, he's looking, he can muster, and then he could just play both of them. I don't know he has both of them, but I know he's got at least one, and I don't like my odds of trying to take down two elites and banking the whole game on it. So I moved from Minas Tirith to Osgiliath to reinforce my options, right? Let's see what happens. So the board is set, takes a long time, kind of weighs his options, and he wisely musters an Umbar because if he doesn't, he has to know through day and a night. He was looking in the cards, I'm sure. Good chance I have it. Move in, and there would be nothing he could do. Unless he had Ring Race and Grond with that attack, there would be nothing he could do. So um, So I'm talking to him and I'm like, man, it was a nice pipe dream, but I just can't do it. So I even tell him, yeah, you've got the Warg and Alakai, and I can't do anything. So I just pass. I surrender the initiative. Maybe that was wrong. I could have maybe went here and here, or I could have moved up. I thought a couple things. I could either have moved up and hoping that he would move a army three up, and then I would put Minas Morgul under siege, and then ring move Thane and Knight to take Braddur, but almost certainly he would move those two to Gorgoroth to block it. He draws threats and promises, so I play Smeagol Helps Nice Master. I'm still thinking, well, there's a long shot of a ring game. Maybe if I get enough blue tiles, maybe I can go. Again, here's your hunt pool. Very ugly. If I moved and got a 2 this time, or the blue tile, or even a 1, that'd be great, but not counting on it. Let's see. He takes Edoras. He gets 1 hit. I get none back. I just retreat. What do I do here? I put an elite in fold, probably because I know I'll get to muster again next turn. And so what do? I move up because now he cannot play half orcs or Olokai in an empty stronghold. Unless he has Black Captain commands, I can take Morannon at the start of a turn. The downside is that he can probably move these forces back to Orthanc and retake it. But if he does that, I can take Edoras and start making an army again and possibly threaten to retake Helm's Deep and maybe move once, all the above, something. Yeah, excuse me. Or I could even move this army and then through a day and a night to them to relieve it. We'll see. We'll see what our options are. Oh, he did not play Hill Trolls. He's got that too. So why not? He has got every forward muster card. Oh, he plays. Sorry, he plays Hill Trolls into Lorien. That's what he did. Okay. So I drew Thranduil's Archers and Elven Rope. Cool. And what did he get? Lidless Eye, Rage of the Dunlendings. He gets rid of Lidless Eye. Probably correct. Yeah. I moved 4 times. Billion eyes again. All right, so I got an easy Palantir to play day and a night. I want to save the rest of these for actions. Here's my strategy. I want to play it. If he uses his dice, this is what I'm thinking. He's going to muster a couple ogres, move one of 2 things, and move and try to build this up to retake Morannon. If he starts doing that, I'm going to try to attack from Morannon into Gorgoroth to smash these 3 and hold it, and then maybe make him use a muster on Brad Dur and then just get out. I don't know. If he moves to Westamnet, I'm going to attack from Fold to whittle him down as much as I can and just hope Orthanc holds. So I do through a day and a night. I got my 4 points. Cool. What would you do as Shadow? You've got all these cards. You can either try to retake Orthanc or you get Pelargir and Dale and Lorien. Lorien is still fully jacked. I could have I don't have power 2 grade. It's possible if I do, that really slows you down, but I don't. So he attacks Lorien. I'm going to play Valor because I want to hurt him, and I don't need Thranduil's Archers. He gets, he rolls 3 hits. That's painful. That hurt. And I roll back 3 more. I didn't even need the card. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I hurt him, but he hurt me worse. He's got the dice. Let's see. 1 attack. Maybe muster another elite. Move twice. At the same time, you could move this over to Dale to help hold it in case the dwarves muster them down, and then you get that would be a 5-2 against a 3-0 with tons of good cards. Or maybe you don't move and you play Olagai and half orcs. I don't know. So what do? I'm trying to read. This is so hard. I'm trying to read what the play is, and I realize I think if Lorien can hold out, I can muster the dwarves to war, and even if he takes Dale, then I can counterattack back. And then as soon as I spend that, I realize if he takes Dale, I'm not going to have the Northerners to help. Because if they take it, they don't go to war, and I don't have enough dice to muster them to war too. So I was really irked. He chooses Dale. He plays his character card. Interesting. It's 1 hit. I roll 3 back. So he presses. Normally you would retreat, right? And if the North was at war, I would retreat. But I realize I'm going to have to retake Dale to win. And I might as well just inflict as much damage as I can. There's no point in leaving those guys hiding in Erebor. The one thing they could do perhaps is garrison Erebor for me while the dwarves do the dirty work of fighting, but I don't know. We'll see. That's so dumb. You can't, even when not at war, you can't friggin' fight to retake your own provinces. So that's annoying. But I get one hit back. Okay, they did their job. He leaves a regular behind. So I realized, yep, I can muster him down. But what I would do is I would, if I were him, would be maybe muster an elite and then use two dice, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that means I'm fighting a 4-1-3, 5-1-3, excuse me, not good odds. And so I go ahead and muster the dwarves down because that's what I got to do, right? What does he do? So he moves. So now I'm like, cool. He maybe, let's see, 1, 2. So now it's going to be a 5-1-5 against the 3-0. I've got some hope. But you know what I do? I'm thinking about it. I don't like this odds. I'm not going to retake against a 7-1-3. Right, it's not happening. There's two cards in the strategy deck that can help me. Celeborn's Galadriel and Power Too Great. I give up on the dwarves and I just roll the dice and burn a ring, draw a strategy card, and there it is. It's Power Too Great, and he just burned his last character card. Um, I'm like my heart's about to explode. I'm crying right now. I was like, man, 1 in 11, and so he plays Zolok, and at first I was like, oh crap, crap. He's got a ring. He can draw a card, a character card, and then kill it and then attack, but he can't because he doesn't have the dice to do it. And I sit here for a second and I'm like, oh, it's cool. I won. Sweet. So I was thinking about it and that's it. So this game like had my adrenaline spiked all over the place back in Dol Amroth when I started winning. And then the night about killed Witch King and then drawing Power Too Great. That's like the ultimate luck shot, right? So it was a fun game. It took a long time for my nerves to calm down after that one. But yeah, that's it. So tell me what you think. Those are good plays, bad plays, whatever. It was a fun game. I think the board set was he played it right. I personally wouldn't have went for Rivendell. He tried to get it completely wrapped up. I think that was probably the main thing he did that I, as a shadow player, would not have done. Um, Hard to say. I don't even know if I would have went for Lorien, to be honest with you. I think it was too expensive. Maybe if you had Balrog and Shadows in one hand, and you could play on Shadows of Misty Mountains to reinforce. But otherwise, you played a sharp game. It was just is how it turned out. So, anyways, thank you very much for watching. Have a good night.